It's pretty gruesome. So the other one was so tight, it was cutting off my circulation, and I had a bruise all the way down my side from it. But it's pink, and it's actually, my elbow is free. So I'm super happy, and I was doing okay, and then I came home and my dog jumped right on it. So that hurt, and the lady was like, why aren't we doing surgery? And I'm like, because I don't want it. And she goes, but I want to put 4 bolts and a plate in there, or 6 bolts and a plate in there. And I'm like, nope. She goes, yeah, I'm going to lose sleep over you. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll be your miracle case. She's like, okay. So that's the update. I got a cool pink cast that's about this short, and she tried to push for surgery again, and I was like, no. And then my dog jumped on it when I got home, so that really hurt. What's up, Layla? Say hi.
Hi.
It's like you can't see her, but I've got her helping me because I want to make my wands. So I actually channeled a wand for David because the last time I was on, I felt the nudge he wanted one. So I'm channeling one for David, Amy, Gigi, and Jacinth, because they were all in my workshop minus David. He's just a lucky twin flame of mine who apparently requested one on my last live. So I'm going to get back into making my wands. It's been a minute since I've actually made any. And I'm like digging in them, and I'm like, ooh, I miss my wands. What was I thinking not making these for a while? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to make a wand one-handed. Woo, woo, woo. But one of you gets adventuring. Adventuring, I haven't really got to use a lot. It's a very pretty stone. Maybe you can guess who that one is for. I've got a few different ones. I don't know if I want to show too much of it because I want it to be a surprise. And I'm going to tell you the truth, man. I'm not with my twin flame. And this whole journey I've been hoping to be with him. But channeling a wand for him is very exciting for me. Like, I got very excited. So I'm going to try to do this. I am going to attempt it. So we'll see what happens. But I got adventuring coming for somebody. Amethyst. And that's all I've channeled one so far. So we're going to try to do this. And I got my Layla with me. But I wanted to show you guys my pink cast too. It's pink. It's pink. And then when my dog jumped on it, it really hurt. Like an SOB. I'm not going to lie. And then my arm swelled inside the cast. I'm like, oh, son of a gun, man. That's my luck today. That's my luck. Couldn't sleep last night either. So there's definitely some weird stuff in the air. But I'm excited. I'm going to see if I can do this. Left hand. I made some soaps, y'all. I made some soaps. Being that, too, one for my son. I channeled him one as well. Healing soaps. And his was sandalwood. So I made him some sandalwood, some coffee and peony, and eucalyptus soap. So I'm excited for that. So I'm making it work. I can do this stuff one-handed for sure. Layla, do you remember that white round thing that I had? Kind of looks like a rolling pin over there. Do you see it anywhere? So I have her my helper, and she's a little shy to get on the camera right now. And I don't know why. So I'm really happy about it. I got that big old bulky thing off. You guys, it was so tight that my fingers were numb. My elbow. I have an elbow. Oh my God, look, I can straighten my arm. I'm like so excited. Woo! I'm still having a hard time moving my fingers. I think they did damage when they rebroke it at the hospital because it's so numb right here. So I'm going to do some more healings on it. Like, damn it. She was like, it's actually pretty straight. I'm like, yeah, no. And she's like, I want to put a plate in there. I'm like, no, I'm a healer. She's like, you're my special case. I told her, yes, I am. I'm going to surprise you. So I have to go back again next week. She's going to make me take x-rays like consistently. I'm like so frustrated with it. But whatever. We'll do it. So I'm really excited. I haven't done this in so long. I'm like, dang it. I'm like out of touch, but I'm so glad to be back in it. And I'm not going to lie, I get super excited channeling these for people, especially my twin flame. Like, my soulmate. I don't know what to call him at this point. He's not with me. So that's what he is. But I'm so excited. So here's some adventuring that I have. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use in it yet. But they're so pretty. So adventuring is really good for your heart chakra. It's really good for clearing out blocked energy. It's also really good for feeling empathy and love. So it didn't surprise me that I channeled this one. I'll just tell you that one's for him. But there's others too, so it won't give away the surprise. But it's really cool to get back into this, to channel stones. And I'm like, ooh, what stone is that? And then the coolest part is, I'm like, do I have that stone? And it turns out I did. I have a lot of stones. So that's what's going on over here. And then guess what, you guys? So I was told by the gods and goddesses that there's some stuff coming through. And today, my kids, I was like, you know what, guys? I got to go to the doctor. You're going to go with me. I was like, so I made them stay off of school even though it's online. And then get this, their school didn't work today. So all the website stuff went down. And their school, their whole OLS system was out. And so I didn't even have to excuse them from school. Right, Layla? How lucky are we?
Pretty lucky.
I'm like, you can stay home, and then it was excused by them, not me. So that was exciting. But it's pretty cool. So that kind of gives you an insight into this energy, the solar flares, all that kind of stuff going through. Is that the one you made last year?
Yeah, I never gave it Chase.
Oh, it was for Chase. Yeah. So my daughter's into these with me too. She gets really creative and makes them with me as well. Look, Layla, I got like fuzzies in it.
Oh.
Do you want this one? You want to make one?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting over. So that's what we're doing. So be prepared. I don't know. There's like major energy stuff. Absolutely. If you can get me a butter knife. Would you do that for me? And would you open this too?
Yes.
Thank you. See? I love my helpers.
I'm gonna go to
Hi, Gigi.
Well, ow.
Yeah, last night was crazy for me. So I fell asleep on the couch because my arm was so swollen and inflamed because of that other cast was way too tight from the hospital. It was literally cutting my circulation off. And so I was sleeping on the couch. I ended up waking up there, and then I went to my bed and had a nightmare there.
Sorry.
And then came back out here. I was all over the place. And then literally, dude, I was up since like 1:30 last night, and I didn't go back to sleep until like 6:30 this morning for a little while. So it was nuts. So that's why I was like, yeah, I slept in. You guys can stay home today, even though they're at home for at home school. But that's what's going on here. Yeah, that was nuts. So Gigi, I'm glad I didn't tell you what your wand is. But I'm working on wands. I'm gonna try to make it work. Got my helper dropping stuff on me over here. And I got these really cute pendants I might use. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to revamp my ones and make them a little different. And then I got some Mod Podge I'm going to try to use. And did you open the stuff?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's what we're doing. But I'm not going to lie, this cast is really heavy and it's really hard for me to hold it. But it's pink, yo. I got a pink cast. Ouch. And it's weird to turn my hand this way. I don't know. I'm like, are you sure it's not going to come up my elbow? And she's like, yeah. Everybody else I know with that kind of break, it does. So I'm a little worried. She's like, but you can baby it. I'm like, okay, I will baby it. But I think if they locked my elbow that way for too long, it would cause more damage than good. So yes, what's up, Dia? And then also, baby, a wet paper towel would do me some good. Could you do that for me?
Yeah.
Just to wipe my hands on when they get like fuzzies and stuff. Thank you. I love having her. She's my helper. I'd be so lost without my kids through this. So lost. And then they're like, well, we still kind of want to do surgery. I'm like, I'm a single mom. No. I know, isn't it pretty pink? She's like, what color? And I just named pink. And then I was like, or purple or blue. She goes, I think we got pink. I'm like, cool. What? Just wet. It doesn't matter. Thank you. She's all like sign languaging to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I may be psychic, but I don't know what you're talking about right now. So that's what's going on. But I would definitely be prepared for an influx in something because I don't know. It's like almost like I can't sleep. The schools were all weird and wonky online. They didn't have to go to school today. None of their systems work. And the funny thing is they're like, I don't know what's causing this. And they may be out tomorrow too. I'm like, score! Because it drives me nuts. I'm ready to pull them out of there, quite honestly. I'm constantly having to recon and and stuff like that with the school system. So I'm just kind of so done with it. I don't think they're going to survive as they are anyways, so I'm ready for that shift. So, I know. Actually, honestly, they've had a struggle helping me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, Gigi. My daughter's had to help me more than ever, and she gets a little grumpy about it. And Leroy, my middle, he cussed at me today. I'm like, what? He's like, this is stressing me out, because I was trying to drive, and he was my navigator, and I had one arm. I'm like, whatever, you better get over that. Don't you dare cuss at me. But he's 13, so whatever it is, what it is. They're good kids. They really are really good kids. So I'll take that. His cuss was not the worst. But it's taken a toll on them a little bit. I'm like, man, I need a man. My twin flame doesn't come. I'm like, I need somebody. Damn it. But of course, I can't be with anybody. So that is what it is. But I got Adventuring channeled for him. That's one of his stones. I'm not going to tell all of them. And then some really cool, pretty stuff. I've missed doing these things a lot. So I'm really excited, you guys. You should hopefully, if it all goes well with one hand. My left hand is not my creative hand, but I think I can do this. I made soaps. And I've got my little helpers. They like crafts, so at least they like that stuff. So you should have your wands from the workshop giveaway by the end of this week mailed to you. Okay. So that's exciting. I'm really excited about it. It's been a minute. And then I'm not going to lie, when I was on Facebook, I noticed all these messages I had missed when we left Facebook. And so I was a little sad about that. So I'm trying to play catch up and get back into the groove. So it's really nice. So I'm excited about that too. So what are you doing, Gigi? What are you up to tonight? If you're still there. I know it's kind of later, but I like these. 12:12. Might as well channel a message, huh? It's pretty cool. I've had new goddesses coming through. 12:22. That I never heard of before. And so I thought that was exciting. I keep having to look them up. Like, who is this? I love doing that stuff. That excites me a lot. When I get stuff and I have no idea who it is, that's a common thing with me. Because it's not something I've studied. Like, ever. It's all just as I go, I learn. And I had Josephine come the other day. There is a goddess named Josephine. And then who did I have this morning? I can't remember. Anyways, new ones that I've never heard of before. And now I'm hearing Gwendolyn. Goddess Gwendolyn is coming through right now. I don't know who that one is either. I'll have to look that one up too afterwards. But something about Gwendolyn. So there's a lot of goddess energy coming forward and God energy coming forward. And they're talking about balance of the feminine and masculine is coming. So that's super exciting. That's a message coming through right now. I didn't realize I was going to get one. But I am. So, I like that. Gwendolyn, Goddess Gwendolyn. The balance between masculine and feminine is coming through. No worries. Everything is as it should be right now. It's going to be better. They have done a lot of recon like I've talked about. There is a huge influx in weather shifts that are not normal. And that's what they're saying as well. And I kind of saw that coming. But they're validating that right now big time. And if this is annoying loud, I'm sorry about that. I'm rolling it on the wax paper with one hand. I love making my wands. I got out of track with that. And I'm going to get back into that. I wish I can show you the soaps too. They're super cute. These ones actually came out blue. I'm like, ooh, my son will like them. You guys, and you know how like my soon to be 20, my 19-year-old was like totally against what I did at first. He went to the doctor and I was like, what'd they do? And he's like, they gave me medicine for acid reflux. I'm like, dude, I'll do a healing on you. He's like, okay. I was like, sweet. So he's believing in what I do now. So planting seeds does magical things because he is a Taurus and a teenage boy. And this was not something I'd always done. I used to be the normal mom, just working my butt off and taking care of my kids. And so to have him say that was just so awesome. that's telling me he's waking up. So I got super excited. So, you know, don't fret that kind of stuff. If you've got kids, chances are you're helping them do the same thing. But Gwendolyn is still here, so let me see what else she wants me to say. She wants you guys to surrender to the flow because changing tides are on their way. So whatever changes present, do your best to surrender to them without fretting, without hesitation, without fear. Fear is coming through a lot that we got to watch out for. So you don't want to get involved in that. And if any time fear comes up, I even have videos on my YouTube channel to eliminate the fear. There's no coincidence. Those are there. Aww, Gigi. Yeah, so there's definite, that's interesting you said grief, because I pulled a card for myself today, and it said reconciliation, and also grief had come up. So it's definitely in the air. There is definitely grief in the air. There's, usually when we have new beginnings, it also means endings and things like that. Hold on, I gotta wipe my mouth. And so be very mindful of that, and that's okay. It is okay. Our parents, when they get ill and we go to lose a loved one, it's never easy. Sorry, I'm struggling having this cast is heavy, but at least it's not smishing me too bad. Except Angel jumped on it and it really swelled up in the cast. That was not a fun feeling. And my mom's like, you better go back. I'm like, shut up. No, I'm not. No, thank you. So call on the goddesses right now a lot. Use the videos I have, Gigi. I remember from about a year ago, I have a video on my channel to eliminate fear. And I will work on the channeled one that I talked about for children and parents. Like healing relationships is probably one I will do. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the next few days. I will do one for healing relationships. It's super important right now. And that's interesting too, because 1717. I ended up randomly doing one with my twin flame as well. So it's definitely in the air. But again, we're not all aware of what's to come. They don't tell you everything. I can just tell you, and you know, Gigi, you're well aware of the work that I've done. I mean, a lot of the people that have worked with me are well aware of the work that I've done because it's blown all of our minds, not just mine. I didn't do too bad. That is one smooth, round start to a wand with my left hand. I'm super impressed. You're welcome. So, yeah, use the videos I've got for now already on there, and I'll get another one coming soon. Aw, and look at my little angel pens are right here for you too. Cute little angel pens I have. What?
Can I use one of the angel pens?
You want one of the angel pens? I'll tell you what, I got 2 white ones, so you can absolutely use one of those. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for asking. Or do you want clear? Because I got 2 clear ones as well.
It doesn't matter.
Or 2 blue ones. You can use a white or clear.
Okay. The blue one's
You want a blue one? Of course, the one I said no to, right? How do you say no to that? That's all right. So, who is Goddess Gwendolyn? I've got to look her up. I don't think I've ever had her come through, as far as I can remember. So I'd be really curious to see who she is. I'll probably look her up afterwards and post some info about her underneath this video. So that'd be really cool to find out. I love learning about them. If nobody talks about them, then nobody knows about them. But if we talk about them, we channel them, and we post about them, everybody gets to know about them, and it makes them more real and more powerful. And so I love doing that. But it's not a joke that the gods and goddesses are coming up. 1919 when I had said that. And so be mindful of that. That kind of represents some of the shifts coming forward as well. Let me see what else she says. I'm like, why is she still with me? Nothing really else is coming through. She's just very much so here. And so I'm just acknowledging that. All right, so I've got some adventuring going on here, some obsidian, some amethyst. I've got some really cool stones, man. So I'm excited for you guys to see your wands. I can't show too much, even my twin flames. I don't know if he watches these or not all the time, but like I want it to be a surprise. So I'm not going to say all of it. I won't show you all of them, but I'm going to make some extras too. Like some chakra ones and things like that, and put them on the site. Get those back up and going again because they were super awesome, and I want to like revamp them a little bit. So keep your eyes peeled for those coming forward. Just going to do a bunch, and I love the giveaways, and I still have the personal channeled ones too on the website. But I like using them as giveaways too sometimes, so you guys can keep your eyes peeled for that. Let's see. I missed this one. Like, look at whoop, whoop, whoop. I had a bunch and I just stopped because I listened to other guidance and I went and got a job instead for a little while. And I'm back. So it's going to be a lot of this. But I think I can actually do it. I think I can make ones with my one left hand. I'm getting really good. I even was writing, doing channel writing, because they channel message to me and doing missing people. So somebody actually did request a missing person. 21, 21, 21, 22. I can't remember her name, but I did start actually channeling that one. And then I've, after I channeled it, I did kind of look it up a little bit because I had no idea who she was. And it turns out I was spot on again. So I actually will be doing that one. I can't remember her name off the bat because when I channel these things, I don't pay attention. So I did get one request, and I will be doing that video. Keep in mind, it may take me about a week or so to get it all out there, just because I'm throwing it in on top of everything else. But I am doing that one for missing persons. And then last night in the middle of the night, I woke up and they're like, more Wayne Dyer, 2202. So I was supposed to start doing him a while ago, and I did a little bit. As I've said, he was the first person I channeled when I learned I was a medium. He's such a beautiful soul. So I'm honored to do those. So you may get more of those coming forward too. Use them because he helped me through my awakening. He's a very wise man. Well, he was 2222 at one point just a second ago. So anything I post of his, I would utilize them. I would listen to what he says, 2232 and 2233. Because he will help you. He will help you in many, many, many ways. Get connected with Source, get connected with yourself, learn to breathe, learn to manifest. He's just really good at all of it. And the Tao, the thing I posted was the Tao. So that was part of the first original Bible. I don't remember which version. I'm not a Bible person. But the original one before they changed it was BC, before Christ. So it's very relevant. It's very powerful stuff. So use that too to your advantage. That's kind of why I was doing that. So keep that in mind when I post those. They're very, very meaningful and relevant going forward. I've never made a wand online before. I've never done it while I was on a live, so it's a little weird. And I'm like, I'm like totally getting myself out of the groove because I channel them and things to 2333. So I'll just talk a little bit, and I will probably make these in secret because these are the ones that I'm channeling as gifts. My twin flame, Gigi, Jacinth, Amy H, and Amy D. I don't think I'm missing anybody that did the workshops and were Patreon members at the time before I shut the Patreon down. So that's who should be expecting one coming very soon. And I wasn't ever thinking about doing one for my twin flame, but the last live I did, I actually heard, all right, that I should do one. So no problem there. It's actually really exciting. I've never been so excited to do one. There's definitely something with that. And so beyond that, I'm going to do some for the shop. And when I do those, I will be able to show those a little bit better because your guys's are surprises. But sometimes they might have jewels, stones, all kinds of things. I really do feel like that's important. Like this owl. I love these. Look at these. Aren't they so cute? I love it. But an owl represents many things. I've got so many different stones. And so when you do get them, you also get a description for those of you who haven't gotten one. Some of you have definitely already purchased my wands before and are well aware of what you get with them, but you'll get a description of how to use it, the meaning of them, why it was pertinent to you, should stand out, but you should also get a description of that as well. And then I've also demonstrated before, but I'll probably do another video of how to use them, because it's been a minute since I've done that stuff. 25, 22, lots of that today. And then, like I said, these ones I want to be a little different, so be surprised. I'm so excited. What else was I going to say? Let me see if there's any messages they want me to talk about. The energy is very, very, very heavy in the collective. Like, I can't reiterate that enough. And that was part of the channeled message I did earlier this morning from the goddesses, is they want everybody to raise your vibration, 2555 when I said that, and to do your part in shining your light. What does that mean, to shine your light? Generally speaking, shining your light, the more you heal, the more light you can shine, okay? The more you raise your vibration, the more light you can shine. But on a baseline, shining your light means do what you're good at. Like, don't be afraid to show who you are, talk about things, express yourself. That way people know where to go. That way people know what that means. But even without words, grounding and just shining your light, allowing your light to shine. Don't snuff it out. Don't try to hide. You can draw light up, literally. I've done that before too. And you can kind of feel it go through yourself and up above you. That's another way to shine your light. And another thing I'm really sad about is that Cheryl had passed, our friend Cheryl O'Brien, and she, had messaged me on Facebook and I never saw it. And this was back in May. And I don't remember when she passed. So that made me really emotional today too. So grief is definitely in the air. There's no joke about that, no doubt about that. There's definitely a lot of grief. So I encourage you to use some of the videos that I have for that. And you know what? I think targeting grief might be a really good meditation to do coming forward as well. Because relationship healings are one thing, but I don't think I've ever done one for grief in specific on the recordings for YouTube. So I think I'm going to do that also coming forward. I just have so many ideas. I'm like, psh. And so that's coming. Another missing person's coming. That was a request because I did kind of look into it. It's been like since 2005 that this lady, Beavers. I'm really bad at pronouncing things sometimes, so please forgive me. I think it was Maggie Beavers, something like that, Beavers. And so that one I did channel it today, and it was a quick channel, so I want to do it again because I like to channel them a couple times to make sure I get the same names, the same things. I did see how she went, and I did get some other things that I'm not going to lie. Just keep in mind, if you are requesting these and they're personal to you, I get some things and I can't hold back what I get. Okay. So I will warn you, if it's an emotional trigger, I can't lie about what I get or hold things back. Okay. So I will put that out. When I did get the request for it, this time I did get a lot of chills. And so that's my way of knowing that Spirit's like, yes, do it. So I was absolutely doing that one. So a bit of announcement. Every now and then I will do some requests. If I get too many at once, it'll get overwhelming, and so I might just pick one here and there as that happens. And with that, it's going to be kind of weird because I do the missing people, and then I'm going to try to raise the vibe back up on my channel each time. So there's, that going on. So just be mindful of that. And then with the energies of the collective, just shine your light out. That's the best thing we can do. And to get rid of grief, I'm at 29:22. I'm going to give you a trick that I used when my dad passed. When my dad passed, it was not a pretty thing. I had to pull the plug on him, and then some miracle happened, and I was losing my mind and begging him to wake up, and guess what he did? He wasn't supposed to. He was brain dead. And then he woke up, and he stayed with us for a week, and I had to slowly watch him go. We all did. And so it was a pretty traumatic event. And so the one thing I used to get through that, which sparked my awakening, by the way, that is the last straw of my trauma that sparked my awakening, is I all of a sudden naturally knew to just draw energy up from the earth, 3003, up through my body and into my heart. And I just kept doing that, and it would feel good. It would feel better. And I would keep just drawing it up. And it's a master thing to do. I didn't realize that, but you guys can try it. Why not? Just imagine drawing energy up from the earth, up into our heart. Okay. And that's what I did. And I would feel it, and I would see it, and it would calm me. And I'm like, what's going on? And that actually sparked everything from there, 30-30, 30-33, because therapy didn't work. I tried that. I am a therapist. And so that was my first tool, trick of the trade, and it didn't work. And so that's when I went within. Grief can be very challenging and daunting and heavy, and can take us over in ways that we're not expecting. And so be mindful of that when your vibration gets low, your light doesn't shine, and it can be very hard to navigate a little bit. Okay. And then depression can ensue, and that's when also things can attach. So Gigi, I know you're really hitting hard with the mediumship, so just be mindful of your vibration is the best thing you can do. But you did my mediumship course. Use everything in there I gave you as a tool to get through grief and all that kind of stuff, okay? It's just important. Ooh, I almost stabbed myself in the foot. Hang on. See, I was exciting. I dropped a butter knife almost on my foot. It'd be my day. It's like my daughter said, this is not your day, Mom. Because I got home and Angel jumped right on my cast. And she didn't do it to my other one, thank goodness, but it felt like it may have moved some stuff. I was like, all that healing down the tube. It hurt so bad. So it's just been like that. The energy is nuts. And I'm usually the first to feel a lot of things, and I'm telling you, there's big changes ahead. Then I also saw Hawaii was expecting snow. I'm like, what? Does it ever snow in Hawaii? Like, ever? Like, that's weird. I don't know. So, yeah, just expect weird things that aren't normal. And the animals are acting bonkers. So be mindful of that, too. I really like this wand so far. I don't want to show you too much anymore. I'll have to make ones for the shop, and I can show them on here a little better, because they're really cool, and the process of it is really cool. And then they look super pretty, but I'm going to be changing them too. This one is really pretty. I like this one. I never put that one on the website. Sometimes I make them, and then I tear them apart, and I'm like, redo. I do. That was a funny face. 3303. That's just the way it is. And that's okay. I'm a little OCD that way. It's not perfect. I don't like it. 3313. And also another way to raise your vibration and shine your light is to find your joy. 3323. How do you find your joy? Healing is what blocks our joy. Wounds are what blocks our joy, I should say. 3331. 3333. So if you're having a hard time finding your joy, it usually stems from childhood trauma and things of that nature that block our joy. Okay, 3343. And I don't mean things like that are fun. I don't mean like going bowling, woohoo. I mean your true joy. What makes you motivated? What makes you passionate? What makes you want to get up in the morning and like, woohoo, I'm going to do this and nothing's going to stop you. That kind of joy. What makes you sing and want to dance and all of that. That is your joy, okay? And if you're having a hard time with that, I would definitely say there's some energy you need to remove. Even stomping our feet can help at times, you guys. But I do have a video from like a year ago. It was one of my first channeled ones, which were very powerful. I recommend you guys go back and listen to some of those because they were specific for these times, 34, 33. The angels channeled them through for a reason. There's everything on my channel already that you could possibly need. And these meditations are good more than one time. 34, 44 when I said that. And I would say that the twin flame ones are good more than one time, specifically for my twin flame. But everybody can probably benefit from those too. So, and each time you do them, you get something different. It's never the same. You release something different, you'll feel something different, you'll experience something different, and sometimes it'll be like just needing to sleep. So if you get tired in them, that's deeper healing as well. So keep that in mind. And then let's see what I got coming tomorrow. Probably a guided meditation, and I'm going to start working on that missing person, Bevers. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I did see kind of what happened to her. Again, I did get a name and I got a backstory, but I want to do it again a couple times to make sure I get the same thing repeatedly. And that's when I feel more confident about it. Which I'm usually confident. I just like to get it more than once before I put it out. Because that's the way I roll. And so yeah, I just want to let you guys know I got a pretty pink cast that doesn't cover my elbow anymore. I was a little sore today, but I managed to still make soaps. My son had to help me cut the wax, but that was about it. And then grind my stuff in my grinder. You want to see it? It's super cool. Oh, so I have this. I don't know why the spoons. Oh yes, I do. These are awesome. I can't remember what they're called either, because I don't study this stuff. I just buy it. But they're super cool. It's like mash stuff up in them. And so I do that. And I made some soaps today. And now I'm making my wand. So be ready. They should be mailed all by the end of this week, except for my twin flames, because I don't know where he's at. Or at this point, if I'll ever see him, although it's supposed to happen or we're in trouble. So, and you would think that he loved me. I'm still holding space for that. So I will hold on to his. The rest will be mailed hopefully by the end of this week, except for Amy D's, because she also ordered some other things. So hers should be mailed tomorrow, hopefully. That's my goal. So with that being said, I will get going on those. Keep your eyes peeled for everything coming forward. Lots of movement on my channel, you guys. I would encourage you to, I know not the people who already do it, but the newbies, to click that bell, because as changes come ahead and as things happen, I tend to channel them on the spot. And so we never know when they're coming sometimes. So just be mindful. Spirit has a funny way of waking me up in the middle of the night sometimes and being like, dude, you need a message. So that's how we roll around here. And we're just going to work on raising our vibe. Mortar and pestle. What is that? Mortar and pestle. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? What is that, Gigi? What's mortar and pestle? Words I need to look up? I don't know. But, oh, I'm releasing something too. I just started burping. I don't know what that's about or who I'm releasing for. So last night when I woke up too, I was asking Spirit, I'm like, is something wrong? And they're like, nope, nothing's wrong. Trust the process. You're releasing. So I'm releasing like crazy. And then I had temptations coming my way and I was like, nope, no thank you. So I know I'm still very loyal to my twin flame. So to me, that's a very good sign. I feel more in love with them every day, even through all of this stuff. So that's a really good sign. Oh, thank you. Mortar and pestle, the grinder I have. Thank you. See, I knew there was a name for it. I just never knew what it was. I got this one. It was so cool. It's actually natural wood. I got to put oils on it every now and then. It's beautiful. It smells good, except for right now it smells like coffee, because I use that too. My son's like, I smell coffee. I'm like, oh boy, he's going to be up until 2 in the morning. So that's exciting. And then I get to take the soaps to my oldest in the morning because he wants one too. It's pretty cool. My 19-year-old wants a healing session with me now and some soaps also. So there is more people waking up. There is more shifts occurring. And something my son said to me, 39, 33, he's like, why do we have to be so different? My 13-year-old. Because the rest of our family is not, or on his dad's side, they're not all awake. Some of them knew not to take the V. But for the most part, they don't deal with angels and things. And he's like, this is so weird. And I was like, no, it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing. So that's kind of their version of this things. It's all about perspective. What do you choose to focus on? Which way do you wish to look at it? And I gotta say, my father was so abusive to me that when he did pass, it was a relief. It was harsh. It was a lot to process, but there was also some kind of hold that kind of went away. And so with everything new, there comes letting go of something old, and that's okay as well. Take the time to take care of you. Take the time to breathe into your heart, to shine our light, and to find something joyful. And I keep hearing that song, Live and Let Live, which is live and let die as well, I think. And so it really truly means allow people to come to what they're going to come to in the time they're going to come to it, 40-40. And just be thankful for what we have, what we see, what we experience, who we have every day, every single day. And that's the best place we can be right now. That truly is the best place we can be. And I look forward to the newness to come. And remember, the angels keep saying that nobody on this earth is going to be all the way happy. Like, we're all going to have to deal with 4111, some kind of change we may not agree with or wish didn't happen in some way, shape, or form. And that's okay. It's about making space for newness and creating from that space. Okay, and they're really adamant about manifesting in a blank slate every day. It really truly is creating your world, so be mindful of our mind space, which is difficult in the collective right now. I would recommend doing the divide one again, meditation too, as much as possible. I think I'm going to do it. When I channel them, they affect me, but I don't listen to them all over again, and I should as well. So yeah, that's coming forward. You're going to have more meditations and other missing persons. That was requested twice now. In spirit, I got so many chills the last time I saw it, and so I'm like, okay. And then I channeled it, and then I did look it up a little bit to see who she was, even, because I'd never heard of her before. And it was very real and relevant to what I got. So what I saw anyways, I try not to watch too much. So I'll channel that one again, and that will be coming. I believe the last name was Beavers or Beavers, 4222. And then expect your ones coming forward, and probably more from Wayne Dyer. Because I woke up in the middle of last night and they're like, post more of Wayne Dyer. I'm like, yes, sir, I will do that. I love him. I love his wisdom. He's a genius. And I've also got my course on manifesting coming out as well into 5D, which is something they started pushing me to do over a year ago. So it's about time that I finish that. So much love to all of you. I'm going to probably sign off on that note. I hope you have a great super night. Oh, you're so welcome, Gigi. Anytime I can. I love it. Thank you for being here and listening. I noticed that it's gone down a little bit, so I'm just going to try to bring that up and up the vibe, like I said, and get everybody going on creating magic and prosperity, because that's the only place to be right now. So much love, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. I like my pink cast. Super pink. I'll see you later.